What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to MemeGC. We are looking at a team today that is based around Arctozolt. Now, Arctozolt is a mon that honestly has not seen any use up until Crown Tundra, and the biggest reason is because it's really slow, and yes, it hits hard with Bolt Beak, but if you're slower than your opponent, then it really doesn't matter, right? Well, with Crown Tundra, they introduced the ability patch, which allows you to give any hidden ability to any Pokemon. That opened up Slush Rush on Arctozolt, allowing it to be much faster, and that helps it out a lot. So we've got paired with it a Vanillix. This not only sets the Hail, but also can click Icy Wind if you are just not fast enough. We are Scarfed on it as well, and so that helps us to get off a fast Icy Wind. We also have Beat Up on this, which ends up going into our Terrakion. So a lot of really cool synergy on this team. I like it. We've also got Spectre and Metagross. This was on the first team I built for VGC since Crown Tundra. I built a team based around Metagross Spectre, so it's really cool to see that on this team as well. This one has Tail Whip. Mine had Protect over Tail Whip, but still a really awesome team. This team was built by a Japanese player. I honestly have no clue how to pronounce this person's name, but this person's Twitter will be down below, as well as a Pokepaste, and of course the team code will be at the end of the video. Before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We are very close to 200. We may already be there by now. I don't know. I would love to be there by now, but at time of recording, we are just a few away, and so please help us to get to 200 by Christmas, by New Year's. Either one I would be totally fine with, and if that happens, we are going to do a week of Wi-Fi, a Wi-Fi battle with a different team every single day for a week. So I hope you guys will come out and support the channel. We're going to be streaming on Sundays just like always, and so we always have a really good time with that. So let's go ahead and jump into match number one. All right, first match of the day, and we've got Stakataka on the opposing team, which screams Trick Room. This team definitely screams Trick Room, but what else does it scream? This team, Freeze Dry looks really valuable, as well as, yeah, Freeze Dry is really good. It hits the Togekiss really hard. Freeze Dry hits the Rotom, as well as a Bolt Beak would do a ton of damage. Bolt Beak would do a ton to the Incineroar as well. I really like the Arctozolt combo here. I really think that we have to bring Terrakion and Entei in the back though. I think that those would be really nice. We need something to hit that Stakataka really hard. So I'm gonna bring this, and I'm gonna actually leave those in the back. I don't know who I'm gonna Dynamax this game. It probably won't be Arctozolt. I think this game it'll be early damage with Arctozolt, and then Dynamax something in the back. That's my initial thoughts, right? But I don't believe there was a ground type, so I don't believe there was an immunity to Bolt Beak, which could be quite dangerous, to be honest with you. Let me get my calc pulled up here just in case we need it. And we see Incineroar and Rotom. So that's Incineroar is not great to see, just because of the fire typing, obviously, and the Intimidate as well. So that's not that great, unfortunately. So at -1 attack, which is what we need to be looking at, how much are we doing to an Incineroar? Just a typical double set, usually has some defense on it. Yeah, even if we go first, we don't even do half, which is, you know, really poor damage. So, I feel like we need to save Arctozolt for the back. Yeah, I kind of want to save Arctozolt for the back here. I can go ahead and click Freeze Dry on the Rotom and switch this out. As far as what to switch into, I don't think you're going to be going for any type of a water type move into the Arctozolt. So I feel pretty safe to switch this in. But yeah, I could definitely see it having some value late game, but for now, I don't think that that's the play. So we go ahead and activate a Berry, but that will be a 2-hit KO, so that's good. That's pretty nice. As we see Nasty Plot, actually that's fine because it's not going to do any damage this turn. It Dynamaxing next turn could be slightly problematic. Now, did you go into... Actually did go into the Vanillix. That's unfortunate. So we could have gotten a big Bolt Beak off there. Okay, all right. So my opponent making some plays here. So we can go back into Arctozolt now and reset the Intimidate. That is a thing that we can do. And honestly, I think I want to do that so that I can hit that into the Rotom just to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Yeah, so we can Bolt Beak into this. And we could actually max Quake into, although that's, we could max Quake into the Incineroar. If this is what I want our Dynamax option to be. It's not going to KO though. I think it's what we have to go for though. I think if we pick up a double KO here, I think we're all right. I think we'll be okay. I don't want this Rotom getting out of hand. That's the dangerous part. Is Rotom going crazy, right? And so Entei will be sitting in a very decent position at the end of this turn. And we'll have Terrakion to back it up. So I think we're all right here. I think we'll be okay. Yep, so we get the Bolt Beak off. Bop. And that should be more than enough to KO. Perfect. All right, loses a little bit of health with that. And then we are faster. Go ahead and hit that Max Quake. So that's going to be nice as well. Shouldn't KO. Yeah, it doesn't quite. So, yeah, just like I thought, it wasn't quite enough. But if my opponent goes for Flare Blitz here, then it will be a self-KO. Okay, never mind. It will not be a self-KO because of the Berry. Berry's pretty typical, though. That's not too surprising to see. And we just see the double Flare Blitz. All right. Yeah, Incineroar was a great bring here. This team is honestly quite weak to fire and just this in general. But we do have Terrakion in the back, and this thing is pretty much gone. So it's not a threat anymore. So it's just a matter if these two in the back can deal with the rest. So what do we have here? We have Cinderace. That could be slightly problematic. It could definitely be slightly problematic. I honestly want to protect with this. So I could make a play here, right? I could leave the Incineroar alive because it's not doing anything to Entei. And I kind of want to max Strike into the Cinderace. This covers any kind of type switching. Actually switches out to preserve the Intimidate. So the Intimidate isn't going to work on... And goes into Porygon 2. Okay. Actually, that should be alright. I think that's fine. Because we did go for the Max Strike, so we're going to lower its speed. And so that way we can be faster next turn. And I'm expecting a Max Airstream to try to get out of a Max Quake. And so that'll end up neutralizing the speed. But I'm also expecting it into Terrakion. Actually going for Max Guard. Interesting, okay. Wow, so if we had just Max Striked into the Porygon 2, we would have been in a great position. Interesting. Yeah, because it would have been slower than us there. Yep, and it's still the fastest thing on the field. Okay, so that's very, very unfortunate. I feel like that Max Guard wasn't super obvious, but it was definitely not... It definitely wasn't non-warranted either. So, right now, I really feel like Double Protect is probably my best option here. I think I have to go for it, unfortunately. And is Max Strike the play here, or is it Max Flare? I really don't want to set up the sun for this thing. So I'm going to click Max Strike again. Going out of Porygon 2. Alright. So like I said, this will not affect the Entei, but it will affect the Terrakion. But actually it's going to activate our white herb, which is really funny. Normally we have the white herb for our, we actually get the double protect. That's super clutch. But so we normally have that for the close combat, but it actually ends up working against the intimidate as well. So that's kind of crazy. And so that double protect is going to be really, really nice. And so now we're going to be able to lower both of their speeds, and neither of us got an attack drop from the intimidate. So that's actually super clutch. This combination here is actually working out pretty nicely, and we're going to get some decent damage off. The damage there wasn't really super crucial there. It was just getting that speed drop. The speed drop is way more important. It's also white herb. Huh, okay, all right. That's a problem, because now I can't lower its speed again. Okay, so now we're in that makes things a lot more difficult. Now, that makes things a lot more difficult, to be honest. That white herb on Cinderace is quite clutch. We definitely cannot protect on our Terrakion this turn, so we're going to lose Terrakion this turn. Like, no doubt about it, we're going to lose Terrakion. Now, I could go for Bulldoze here. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click Bulldoze here. Does go for the fake out. I don't believe you can flinch me there with Inner Focus. Yep, and just goes into the Terrakion, picking up the KO along the way. Makes a lot of sense. It makes sense. The attack's gonna go up again, which is not fun. Not fun at all, actually. And so yeah, no flinches because of Inner Focus. Those hidden abilities coming in absolutely clutch. And so now you actually get the speed drop. So that's good. That's fantastic. Hail does stop. That's fine. Now, with this set, we are actually max speed. So we should outspeed this Cinderace now, and it will shrink. But it does carry a non-attacking move. And so I'm wondering if it actually is Protect. I'm kind of expecting it to have Protect. And if it does have Protect, it probably clicks it right here, right? I would think. So then do I also click Protect, predicting his Protect? I'm going to do that. If he Trick Rooms, you know, he Trick Rooms. I can't really stop that. Actually goes for high jump kick into my Protect. Let's go. All right. Goes for try attack into the Protect. All right. This just became a game. So we can extreme speed to actually knock this out. I don't know if he expects that or not. Nope. All right, so this is gone. Cinderace is gone. That was a clutch Protect. Not gonna lie. But I don't think we're gonna be able to outstall this thing. We can live one more. Yeah, we can live one more. Barely. So we just click Sacred Fire. I really don't think we're gonna be doing enough. Sacred Fire is powerful. Yeah, it's not enough. So we are gonna take a loss on this first one. But really close game with a lot of ups and downs there. That was a really cool game. Really interesting team. It could have been a lot easier to take out that Cinderace if it didn't have the White Herb. So that White Herb was super, super clutch. And even if we got the, two 50% chances to burn, didn't get it, it wouldn't have mattered either way. It wouldn't have changed the outcome of the match there. But still, really good games to my opponent. Even with a loss, that was still a good game. That White Herb did really take me off guard. I really didn't call that. And we could have been in a really good position if we had done that, because then we could have just clicked Rock Slide and knocked it out really easily. And we would have had Terrakion still around to knock out the Porygon 2 really easily. So yeah, that White Herb single-handedly made us lose the game. But really cool tech, totally fair play, and I'll still take it. Really good game. So let's get us another one. Match number 2, and we have Galarian Moltres shenanigans here. So this team looks rather dangerous, to be honest. We do not have any grass types, but we do have Freeze Dry on this for the Gastrodon. So this combination looks really, really strong, but we need to get rid of Raichu first, and we need to deal with Incineroar. So I'm really liking Terrakion here as well. I really think that it looks really, really nice. I'm wondering if the play is... I'm wondering if the play is Vanillix and Terrakion for beat up, and then save this in the back, because it looks like a really good late game sweeper. So bring these 3. And then as far as the final Pokemon, is it Entei? I don't think it is. Entei doesn't look that helpful here at all. I think it's Metagross. I think it's Metagross without Spectrier to help it. Yeah, I feel like this is our best play here. Definitely an odd team. Well, not really odd as far as Galarian Moltres. Galarian Moltres is very, very good right now and very, very common. Berserk plus weakness policy is absolutely insane. But you know what's even more insane? Arctozolt hitting a Bolt Beak. So we see Incineroar, Excadrill actually. So this actually is going to be fine. So we're going to lose our White Herb turn 1. And we will probably also lose our Vanillix turn 1. But I also want to just attack into the Excadrill. I think I need to take that out first. So if I beat up into Terrakion and get to +4. What is Excadrill looking like here? Excadrill is looking like it will not survive. Unless it... No, it's not surviving. So we're going to beat up into this. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is the fake out. But would you fake out the Terrakion, I guess? This isn't the most common of beat up users. It doesn't look like beat up. At least to me, I think a lot of people forget that Vanillix even gets beat up. Just because you always see Dragapult run it, you always see Weavile run it, things like that. You don't really see it on a Vanillix. So it's very odd, for sure. So my opponent is Dynamaxing as well. I'm assuming Excadrill? It is. Alright. So for it to be maxing, that does indicate to me that it is not Sash. And even if it is, Hail would deal with that as well, but not before we lose something. So the beat up is going to happen, and this is going to take a long time for the animation. It takes quite a long time. So while we're doing that, question of the day today: what would you like to see in our month of December as far as MemeGC and Wi-Fi battles? So I was looking at teams to use for today. Arctozolt really stuck out to me. I'm already planning on using it in a Wi-Fi battle next week, not this week. I'm not doing double Arctozolt this week, but Arctozolt will be there next week because I had a request for this week. And so I'm going to be showing off that request on Wednesday, and that should go ahead and take that out. Perfect. So that is a wasted Dynamax turn 1. You love to see it, and even at +3, so even if we didn't have the White Herb, it still was a guaranteed KO. And so, yeah, it would have been fine either way. And actually goes for close combat onto this, so that's actually even better. Now, the only thing is that we're going to have to switch out our Vanillix now because we are Scarfed, and we're Scarfed into Beat Up, which is doing 0 damage. So my opponent can pretty much just leave it be. The other option is to get ourselves to +6. No, Gastrodon comes in, we are switching out, we need this. We are absolutely saving this. Do we go into Metagross or do we go into the Arctozolt. I don't feel like Metagross actually adds a ton this game anymore. So I think I want to go ahead and switch that in and then max guard. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to switch that in and max guard. I don't want this going down, and I really need it to be able to click freeze dry later in the match. Freeze dry is going to be extremely important, so hit that into the close combat hits into the max guard, and earth power also into the max guard. So very good, very good. I appreciate those. So Metagross is now in, and we've got Arctozolt in the back to deal with things. We just need to get some chip here. We see lefties on Gastrodon, not too surprising at all. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. We can't click Earthquake, unfortunately, because we just max guarded. So I don't want to do a bunch of damage to myself, but we can go for flinches. And so that is definitely what we are going to do. And I'm going to max Knuckle into this Incineroar. Again, we have things in the back for the Gastrodon. I'm not too concerned about it. The Incineroar is more threatening, seeing how we have so many things weak to fire. And so knocking that out is absolutely perfect. And even if Gastrodon has enough power to take out our Terrakion, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all. So Iron Head here, that did a lot more than I thought. We don't get the flinch, that's fine. You should activate our weakness policy here and can't, yeah, you're not gonna KO us. So yeah, you're in a lot of trouble. This is gonna be extremely problematic for my opponent, and I really don't know how you come back from this. You've got a +4 Terrakion and a +2 Metagross sitting in front of you. And yeah, you're looking like you're in a bit of trouble here, unfortunately. So what do you have in the back? You can't Dynamax because we knocked that out turn 1. It's Moltres, actually, which is totally fine by me. Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. So yeah, I'm clicking Iron Head on Moltres and Rock Slide. I just want to knock Moltres out, and then like I said, Gastrodon is not a problem at all. So goodbye. And we actually take the Gastrodon too. Even if we didn't, it really didn't matter because of the freeze dry in the back, but we go ahead and take them both out there. And it just goes to show you, like, these strategies that became really popular in Isle of Armor still are relevant now. I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how they're still relevant like this. And we actually take the 4-0 victory. Arctozolt didn't even come out of its Pokeball, unfortunately. But game 3, Arctozolt's gonna shine. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Let's go ahead and get into that one. Final match of the day, and we've got that's a Shuckle. That is a Shuckle. Now, if you missed last week's Fail Friday, you missed quite the Shuckle showdown. So make sure to check that video out if you haven't already. It'll be up in the iCard above for you. But the Icy Boys are looking pretty decent, at least for the top part of the team. The bottom part of the team, not as much. The bottom half of the team is very, very scary. So we're gonna need to make sure that we have some things to deal with that. The Terrakion is looking pretty good here, and Entei is also looking pretty nice. So do we lead with the Hail or do we bring it in the back? I don't think Metagross gives us a ton of value here. Yeah, I don't think Spectrier really does either, so I think it's going to be the other 4. I don't know what Shuckle does. That's the whole thing. I don't know what Shuckle even does. So let's bring those 2 in the front, Hail in the back, and we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. I think we've got some options here, but it's definitely an interesting team for sure. The Shuckle, I don't really know what the Shuckle is going to do. I haven't seen a Shuckle in VGC like ever. So does it show up? We don't see it in the lead. But again, I would have loved to have led my ice combination. My ice combination would have been super, super clutch here. And instead, we're in a really bad position. Okay. So, the question is, do we Dynamax here? And if so, who? I'm kind of feeling like it has to be Terrakion here. And we go ahead and hit this up. And then we can protect. Yeah, I think we Rockfall protect here. I think that's our play. The Landorus is very much a problem for these two. We do have things in the back to deal with it. And again, like, these things are both weak to ice, so our ice lead would have been amazing. We could have just double Blizzard and definitely put them on their toes there. And we do see the immediate Dynamax here. I'm wondering who we see it from. If it's from the Landorus, that could be a big problem, actually. It's actually from Zapdos. Okay. So, I mean, we did target that down with a max move. So, I mean, we should be doing a good amount of damage. I'm honestly not predicting this to KO, to be honest with you. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I don't believe it KOs though. Yeah, it does not. Okay. I didn't think so. Zapdos is very bulky. It's a very bulky boy. And so even super effective hits, it can take pretty dang well. And actually going for Airstream into the Entei where we protected. Interesting. Okay. Now the speed boost is bad. The speed boost is quite bad, actually. And going for the EQ, yeah, this is a little rough. A little rough. This is gonna hurt a lot. Okay, that did over half. And now my opponent is faster than me. So this is a tough position for sure. But I think our play here is max guard this and E-speed the Zapdos. I'm assuming we can take a Zapdos out from that little sliver, and if not, you know, my opponent will KO the Entei either way here. Do we take it out? We do. Okay, so no more boosts. And we are able to actually take out that thing with the Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed coming in clutch, honestly. And so there goes the Earthquake. This might just KO. Oh yeah, we have Shuka Berry. I forgot about that. I forgot we had Shuka, so we can actually take this. But it's still at +1 speed, which is not great. Landorus with any boosts is not great. So yeah, it's not the best. But we do have things in the back. We have things in the back that might be able to help. Tapu Fini comes in. Fini is a rough matchup for sure, but we do have the Freeze Dry, so that's a thing that we can somewhat rely on. So now I believe I want to Rockfall into the Landorus. That speed boost is rather troublesome. I believe I want to double the Landorus here. We're both going to be faster than Fini, but Landorus probably honestly just takes a double KO. It does not take a double KO and just chooses to single KO. Okay, I guess just didn't want to do damage to the Fini. So, and that, I mean, that's fair. That makes sense. But you're going to take a big hit here. Let's go. All right, all right. Moonblast, that's going to not quite knock us out here. So, I'm okay with that. The single target really helped us out there. And so now we go into the Vanilluxe. So, we're definitely slower than Landorus if it's at +1, at least if it's max speed, which I'm assuming that I'm gonna assume that it's max speed because that just that makes sense to me. But are we faster? Is Arctozolt gonna be faster if we are in Hail? Let's see. Arctozolt will be faster. Wait, no, +1. It will not be faster. Okay. So basically, we've just got a double attack here into it and get rid of the speed boost here. No, we are faster. It's not max speed. Okay. It is not max speed. That is good to know. That is good information. And we did go for Rock Slide, so this should do a decent amount. We do have a flinch chance as well. I'm not going to rely on it. Yep, we didn't get it. That's fine. And so now we bring in the boy himself. So it all depends on what's in the back, but I think that we've dealt with what we needed to deal with. So Dynamax is gone. So we both don't have the Dynamax available to us anymore. But this thing should do some decent work here, I would think. So what do you have in the back? Cinderace. Cinderace is tough. Cinderace is definitely tough. Let's drop you down to level, not 100, level 50. And, all right, Inhale, we outspeed with Bolt Beak. And we're clicking that onto that. And then we're clicking Freeze Dry onto this. Can Arctozolt come through here at the very last second? We're gonna go ahead and knock out this Finny here. Nope, we're not gonna knock it out, but that's okay. As long as we knock out the Cinderace, we're golden. And the Bolt Beak is enough, let's go! All right, so that is fantastic. What a way to end it off. Arctozolt coming through and goes for a sub, but you don't have enough HP, I guess expecting me to have to double into the Cinderace. But Arctozolt's just too strong for that. Let's go. All right, what a way to end it. I'm absolutely about that ending. This is a pretty awesome team, I do have to say. I'm having fun with this team. And it's got so many things to it, right? So you've got Beat Up, which not only helps against... It not only can help you set up the Terrakion like what it's traditionally used, but it can also be used to set up Metagross, which is cool. We've got Bulldoze on multiple mons, Spectrier, and I believe Entei also has it, and so you can use that to set up Metagross. So there's plenty of options on this team. You've got a lot of different things that that you can do to help the team out, and it's a lot of fun. It really, really is. So here is the team code for you if you would like to use it for yourself on the ladder. And I hope you have a lot of fun. Let me know what you think about it, all of that good stuff. So again, make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. And on Wednesday, we're gonna have an awesome Wi-Fi battle for you. It's gonna be a ton of fun. We're featuring a mon that pretty much isn't seen at all, but you know what? It fits the Christmas theme, it fits the winter theme, and so we're gonna bring it anyway. So until then, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.